just didn't like the way I presented the news last week. I think it was a bit too, I don't know, sassy.
Well, we'll try this round.
Alright, cool.
Okay. So 5, 4.
I'm standing here surrounded by chaos. Beside me, a child's tractor lays upturned as the dreams of those who were once a part of this place of learning, a place we are now learning, is learning no more.
Cut. Sorry, that was the report of the bomb blast in Iraq.
Oh,
Here's the ones for the kindergarten.
right. I'm standing here surrounded by chaos. Beside me, a child's tractor lays upturned as the dreams of those who were once a part of this place of learning, a place we are now learning, is learning no more. The incident in question is represented by this very tractor right here. The people are the children, and the children, now grown up, reflect on that day that ripped through their lives like a weak nappy, spreading disappointment and dismay to all those close enough to smell it.
Cut. That was great, but I don't think that's quite what we agreed to say.
Oh yeah, but you know, I like to put my own stain on it. No, I mean, my own flavour, I mean.
It was definitely Sam who saw it, then he told Emma.
Emma says she saw it first, but we all know Brian was playing in the sandpit while she was on the swings.
I only went to the swings after I saw it in the sandpit. Brian just wanted all the glory for himself. He's still like that. Between you and me, he's always been a bit of a know-it-all, a bit of a crybaby who wants everyone to think otherwise and pretend he's so strong. Ugh, I don't know why I married him.
I actually didn't see it, but I heard the screams first. So I was the one that told the teacher on duty. I'm quite responsible like that. I think that's why I was always the teacher's favourite.
I was the teacher on duty, and of course it was that twerp that came running to me first. He thinks he's the teacher's favourite. He once put in formal complaints written on a cardboard box about vandalism because someone put sticky tape on his friend's bag.
As a matter of fact, the sticky tape incident was played down. They pushed my bag against me, wrapped me around with sticky tape, and it was like really tight. It was so tight my mum had to cut me free. After laughing at me, that is.
Kindergarten was fun though. I remember taping up this one kid, Jack. We went all around him with bag.
And I can't help but feel like I inspired him in his career choice. How else would he have become a rapper?
But back to the body. Oh yeah.
The body.
In the sandpit.
My sandpit? I mean...
Ugh, to think I was playing in it the day before.
But whose body was it?
It wasn't my body, because I was alive at the time. Still am, as a matter of fact. Much to my mum's surprise.
I think we're getting off topic. Maybe we should play in the sandpit until...
Too late. The new teacher's here, and she wants to give her welcome greeting.
At least she's better than her old teacher.
Oh yeah, misplaced. She was so wrong for this place.
A bird and misplaced. Yeah, that was an error.
Or misdirected?
She was all over the place.
Well, I actually liked Miss Chief. She sounded bossy, but was actually quite cheeky.
But the new one seems good. At least she knows stuff.
You mean she's informed?
Actually, I think she is.
Ah, I was making a joke.
Quick,
Oh.
she's here.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mrs. Informed.
It's actually just misinformed. A lot happened over the weekend, so...
Good morning, Miss Informed.
Thank you. Such kind manners. Now, we're not going to be doing news today.
Aww.
News is about bringing interesting things to class.
But I did.
Two things. One, monsters aren't real, and two, you can't bring in your baby brother to try and prove it. Your parents were worried sick.
You'd believe he was a baby monster if you could see how he eats.
That's quite enough.
Ah, and the pooping. Oh, can I show you a photo? I've got one on my phone. I got one just in case the X-Files or FBI came around.
Why do you have Moving on. Now, I hear that some of you aren't sharing the equipment. For example, Sandy, you're always in the sand pit. You still are. You need to let other people have a turn. Well, that's because Mum won't let me go to the beach during school. Now I want you all to share and I'll be right back after I finish my yoga exercises. As you know, I can't teach you unless my chakras have been cleared to channel the information.
Her exercises were just plain weird. Apparently, she got them after a Christmas holiday in Italy.
Maybe she's not wearing that toga.
Oh my god, yes. Yoga in a toga, the next big thing.
She gave me the sheets. As in, I was in charge of the sheets for the togas.
That was weird though.
Like Sandy.
Well, Sandy was a problem. I thought she was the ringleader.
I mean, she was always in the sand pit.
Which made us all want to play there too. The beach? No, sand pit. But it wasn't very big.
The beach?
No, the sand pit.
So it got really crowded really quickly.
That's just how she played though.
She reminded me of one of those statues at the park with like water running all around her.
Except it was sand.
I love that sand pit. I used to imagine I was Venus and the shell just letting the beach wash over me. It's like life was in slow motion when I played there.
That's so odd. I can't imagine life in slow motion.
Here, I'll show you.
Hey guys, that's enough. We've got a story to remember.
Oh, yeah, the story.
The story and the body.
The discovery of the body changed everything.
At first, there was a scream.
And we thought it was a fun scream, so we all started to join in.
What's going on here?
What was going on here? And who heard it first?
I heard it, but I didn't see it first.
I heard about it second, or actually, no, it wasn't third.
No, I was third.
No,
No way, I
was
was
third.
No.
Let it guess, everyone. We've got a story to tell. Well, come on, we've got to go back in time.
A body!
What?
A buddy?
What body?
You mean somebody?
Somebody to love?
Help! Anybody!
Is it my body?
Not your buddy, the buddy in the sandpit!
The body in the sand pit? Whose body is it?
That's the point.
We don't know! Quick! Get out of there!
Everybody, except that buddy. It can't, because it's dead.
This calls for a dramatic montage while the teacher introduces herself properly while the kids run amok.
Hello. I'm the teacher on duty, but I'm way too broad-minded to call myself a teacher. I teach her, I teach him, I teach all of them. I even teach myself, when I'm in the mood to. But teach all sounds weird, so I prefer to call myself a trained orchestrator of learning, also known as TOOL. As a tool, I was naturally horrified to hear what the kids had discovered. At first, I could have thought it was an insect or an animal or something, but a body of what exactly? Well, as a tool, I knew exactly what I had to do. The children's safety comes first. All right, kids, into the kitchen. But be careful, the oven is still on, and a volunteer says he's dropped a knife. Oh, and there's something slippery on the floor. Please be careful. Or just stay right there. That's relatively safe. So arrangements were made, and it was time to call in the professionals. To the sandpit of doom.
Yay, the sandpit.
Not Sandy. I know you can see a professional sandpitter, but it's what's in there that needs to be checked out. Is this the
I think they were like aliens or something.
Cool. I love aliens. I want to be one when I grow up.
They scared me.
I thought they were really funny.
In fact, really scared me.
Please come out of the sand pit.
But I couldn't move. I was frozen with fear. Well, not completely frozen because I wet myself.
Ew!
And
So, with the hazmat team gone, it was time to call the police.
Sticky.
I was stationed at the police time at the police station at the time of the call, and you know, I was just stationary, pushing some papers and other bits of stationery around my desk. So you know, I was ready. Hey, phone calls like this, they don't come along every day. Usually they're on a Sunday, so being a Thursday, I knew something was up. So I was immediately on the case. It was really uncomfortable. So when I removed the briefcase from my seat, I went straight to work, which was, yes, very quick because I was already at the police station.
Unfortunately, the only officer available was Steve Sargent. He was fairly new, but seemed keen. Plus, with a name like Sargent, I knew he had to be the right man for the job. So I called Steve Sargent to come right over.
I headed over straight away. This sounded serious, so my muffin would have to wait. Hey, besides, I don't like sitting around, and like I always say, something is better than muffin.
I was trying to calm the kids down before the police arrived, which wasn't easy. Sergeant?
Present, ma'am, but if you could address me by my rank, please.
I thought I did. Aren't you a sergeant?
Oh, yes, correct. I thought you were addressing me by my surname.
Which is sergeant. Right, okay, I can see how people might get confused. Well, I'll do better in the next time. Sergeant. Sergeant.
Great, great. Right, now, where are the perpetrators perpetrating the perpetration?
I'm sorry, what?
I need to begin my interrogations with the culprits.
Well, that's just it. We don't really know what happened. We just...
Okay, hold on a minute. Look, I'm in charge of this whole operation, so I'm going to tell you what you know and what I know and what they know and how... Yep.
Okay, great. Well, the kids and I will be here to assist you with your inquiries.
Good, good. All right, kids, who wants to be interrogated first?
One at a time, kids. You all have a chance to be interrogated.
I was first to be interrogated, which was fine. I'm used to it. Every Christmas, we'd play board games, and it kind of became a tradition. But we had to stop when my brother came to inspire the Game of Thrones.
All right, kids, line up. You. Where were you when the time in question became exactly that?
Exactly what?
The time in question.
What time?
Smart Alec, eh?
How'd you know my name was Alec?
Asking them straight out wasn't getting me anywhere.
Of course I was in the sandpit. Where else would I be? Except for the beach, which is basically a giant sandpit.
I was in the sandpit before Sandy, but when she plays, she hops all the sand. The sandpit was way too crowded. There was like 100 people in there.
The sand pit? What am I, a little kid? I'm a block man through and through.
Yeah, sandpits are gross.
They're the pits.
Sandpits are like so last year.
Hey, we could have a dirt pit.
Yeah, besides, Sandy's the only one that uses a sand pit.
So, the only one that was in the sand pit was Sandy.
I think so. Maybe. Why?
Sandy, I want to ask you a little question and we can all get back to playing.
Okay.
Did you happen to, I don't know, murder a classmate and bury them in the sand pit this morning?
This was it. She was about to take the rap.
I think she did it.
I thought she was innocent.
Her eyes were just too close together. It had to have been her. That's just a common trait of serial killers.
Yeah, I heard that. My neighbor was telling me about that this morning. She read this article.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't
read
think
that
it's
as well.
true.
like being the most mean, if you know what I mean.
As Sandy started to take the heat from the fuzz, I started to sweat a bit. I mean, I was digging in a sandpit earlier in the day, but would anyone remember me and bust me?
The heat was on this Sandy kid, but I had my suspicions. I mean, what if they were all in on it? What if I was the one being fooled? But not to worry, I had a cunning idea.
It's okay, you can tell us. I mean, you did bury yourself in the sandpit one day when you didn't want to go home.
I don't think I murdered anyone.
Right, I need to check something, kids. Who heard the screams?
Well, I heard you scream. That was a good scream.
Thanks. I've been working on it with a Tibetan tribesman who helps you organize the vibrations of your scream with your inner organs.
Okay, let's stop right there. All right, next question. Now, is there anybody missing?
He was right. I mean, we can't not have a body without a body. I mean, it can't not be anybody if their own bodies are where their own bodies are standing. So what body, I mean, whose body was in the sandpit? Luckily, Sergeant had a cunning idea.
All right, kids. Now, I want you to think very carefully before you answer this next question. Now, before we continue, I would just like to disclose some information. Now, all questions are going to be recorded for training and quality purposes. Oh, and at the end of my interrogations, there will be a short little questionnaire about my service here today. Between you and me, it affects my bonuses, which comes in the form of muffins, so it's quite important. All right, kids, hands up. Wait for the rest of the question, please. Hands up. Hands up if you are not here today.
Oh, thank goodness, you're all here. That was so much quicker than calling the roll.
Right, that only means one thing. We've got a stranger's body in the sandpit, which means there's only one solution. We are going to have to close down the school. We're going to have to send in the diggers, followed by the developers, because no one wants to be at a school where a dead body's been found. And we're going to turn this bad boy into a high-class car park. Oh. That's actually really bad news.
Oh. Life was never the same after that. After being a successful tool, I decided to push ahead with my love for yoga. But since this experience had hurt so many, especially that dead person, I decided to push yoga towards hurt people. I called it Yoga Hurts.
There was much sadness that day. I for one was glad to be a part of it. The helping bit that is not the sad part. Although sadness is good for the ratings. As they filed out, grabbing their bags for the last time, knowing it would be the very last time, they would be grabbing their bags for the very last time. But questions still remained about the remains. Whose remains were they? And how long would the remains remain? Those answers, like the remains, are all that remain. And those remains have remained me for the remainder of my days.
I never went in the sandpit again.
I couldn't even go to the beach after that.
I never liked sand.
How can you not like an inanimate object?
I never trusted it because it was always shifty. I'm more of a rock person.
Now you're talking rocks and blocks. Those are my kind of guys. I'm not sure if I told you, but I'm in construction. My name's Michael Mochi, and I think I got a card in somewhere.
Like Sands in the Hourglass, Days of Our Lives is my favorite. I love the opening titles. As for me, I can't wait to get out of kindergarten.
Year one was better, like finger painting.
That sandpit scarred me for life. To this day, I can't eat sandwiches.
The reporting of that day changed me. It's what inspired me to be a journalist.
Believe it or not, I actually became a teacher, but no sandpits, ever.
I waited until everyone left. I mean, I had to. How else was I going to get Hetty out of the sandpit? With a dead body going around, I didn't want my head to get contaminated.
I emerged last that day, distraught, devastated. He just left with... Do I let him get caught and thrown away to jail for life? Or do I let the school become a car park? In the end, the school became a car park and I became the first tool-inspired yoga teacher. All right, class?
surprise. But they were just wanting to get ahead. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to the most improved from the Erina seniors. It goes to Bonnie Massey.